Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now if this is your first time here, hey, welcome. My name is Dianne, and I'm super excited that you found your way here. Damn. Alright, first impressions. So my first impression of Nicole. I really didn't know what to expect from Nicole. I wasn't really a fan of hers. I saw the situation where she pushed, I think it was Alicia, when she pushed her off that platform during Vendettas, and I just thought that was really like, what are you doing? You didn't have to do that. Like, for what, right? What did you get the car? Did you get the house? Did you get the girl? Like, what did you do? What was that for, right? I wasn't a fan of that. And so when I saw her, I didn't really know what to expect, but she was cool. Like, Nicole was very chill. She was like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. She was cool. So I have nothing bad to say about Nicole in the first impressions. She was cool. Melissa. Okay, I've always enjoyed watching Melissa play the game. She's a fighter. She's a mom. Like, she's great TV. Melissa's definitely great TV. So I've always enjoyed watching her play the game. I was excited to meet her. Let me tell y'all, I don't know how she finessed it, but Melissa ended up getting the biggest room in that hotel. Like, we went in her room. My girl had the view. She had the biggest bathroom. She had all of the things. And I'm just like, how you finesse this? Because, you know, give me notes. So I can do this. Give me the notes, okay? But yeah, she's so down to earth. She's so chill. She's just like, she was cool. And she had her alcohol. She had her best friend, and she was in her zone, okay? Her and T, she was in her zone. So yeah, my first impression of Melissa, great girl. Great girl. Nani. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know what to expect. She didn't really fool with me like that on World of the Worlds, and so she unfollowed me on social media, so I didn't really know what to expect. But she actually was very nice, very welcoming, very kind. Like, Nani was cool. She was very chill. Yeah, she was mixing and mingling and talking to folks, but she was still kind of like, you know, you could tell she was missing Casey, right? You could tell she was missing Casey, but she had locked in. You know, she knew she had Lee, and she locked in. And so yeah, she was cool. I didn't get any bad energy, any bad nothing from her. Like, Nani was cool. That was my first, well, not first impression, because my first impression technically was War of the Worlds, but my first impression for All Stars 5, she was cool. Turbo. Okay, so obviously this is not my first time meeting Turbo. We played together on War of the Worlds, and when I tell y'all, Turbo was my guy. Like, that was my dude. I loved me some Turbo. Now, since then, you know, of course, he's, you know, done pissed a couple of people off, but my experience with me, Devin, like, you know, that was my buddy on War of the Worlds. Now, when I saw him at the hotel, he was in his own little zone. He's another person who didn't come out of his room until we got ready to leave. But then when he did come out of his room, I seen him, and I went up and I walked up behind him, and I just kind of like did him like this. And when he turned around, he didn't know who I was because of the braids. He didn't recognize me. And so then when he looked at me closer, and he was like, Devon. He was like, Devon, oh my goodness. And he just like gave me the biggest hug. And he was like, I miss you so much, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad, you know, we get to play the game together, blah, 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 blah. Like, he was so happy to see me, and I was so happy to see him. So my first impression, not really first impression, of Turbo was, yeah, like, he's back, and we get to play this game together again. Sylvia. Okay, so everyone knows, unless you're living under a rock, about my first impressions during Final Reckoning, where I'm talking about the airport, and I'm talking about, you know, Sylvia, blah, 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 whatever. We were at the hotel, and she was kind of like, right? And so she was like, can I talk to you? And I was like, cool. So we sit down and we talk, and she goes, you know, I don't know if you know or not, but your video hurt my feelings. And I'm like, it hurt your feelings? And she's like, it hurt my feelings. She said, I don't think you understand what happened after you posted that. She said you had people trolling me. You had all of these people in my comments. People were saying this, people were saying that. Like, you know, she basically was saying she took a hit from that video. And old Devon, Day would have been like, suck it up, buttercup. Like, you made a choice to act stank a dang dang. So, you know, but that's not where I am anymore. I'm in a new space in my life. And so, you know, I'm out here serving the Lord. So I can't have that mindset. And so the only thing that I could do was to apologize to her. Because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know, I don't want anybody walking around like, you know, Devon, there's something you did that hurt my feelings. I don't want to be that person anymore. And so when she told me that, I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. And I gave her a hug and I was like, I apologize, you know, and I told her how I felt in that moment before the apology. Because it wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry, but I hate when people say that. Don't come to me and be like, I'm sorry, da 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 da. But, you know, no, because you could have kept it. You could have kept it. So prior to that, I explained to her, like, you know, why I posted that, and you know, that was my real feelings. That's what you gave me, and that's how I felt from what you gave me. And you know, she explained to me, you know, what she was going through that day in the airport and why that came across like that, blah blah blah. We just had a nice conversation. And then, you know, when she expressed to me how the video made her feel and everything that came after that, I made sure to apologize to her sincerely and let her know, like yo, I'm sorry. Because I don't want nobody walking around. I don't want to be the cause for somebody's pain. I don't want to be that person anymore. Oh, Devon. But where I am today, you know, I don't want to be the cause of somebody's pain. And so I was just like, you know, I'm sorry. And I asked for her forgiveness. She forgave me and we hugged it out. And that was that. And, you know, she opened up and was telling me about her children, her child that she gave birth to, and then also her bonus child. You know, we talked about that, and she's don't call him her stepson. No, that's her son, period. And I just, as a parent, I gained so much respect for her, you know. And so yeah, my first impression of Sylvia completely turned. It did what is that? Oh, it's trash day. Sorry, y'all, it's about to get a little loud. Kellyanne, like I said, I didn't really know what to expect from Kellyanne. Seeing her, I saw her at the 40 red carpet situation, you know, and I tried to make sure to let her know, like, it's good, like, you're safe here, like, it's not a problem, right? And then by the end of the night, she was fixing my dress. So, you know, coming into this season and seeing her at the airport, she was cool. Like, you know, like I said, it wasn't like a, oh, hey, Devon. It was just like, hey, how you doing? And it remained that way. You know, I can't talk about, of course, what happened in the house, but leading up to us getting in the car and driving to location, it remained right there. Katie. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Oh, I have to stick with first impressions. Crap. I have to. Katie might be my favorite person on this cast. Katie might be my favorite person on this cast. Katie is a big ball of fun. Like, she's a small package, but she packs a mighty punch. My very first impression of Katie, big ball of energy. Like, she came into the hotel basically like, yeah, I'm an OG and I understand that y'all are young, woo, but I can still hang, okay? I can still roll with y'all. And she was rolling. Do you understand me? Katie was rolling. Woo! Yes, big ball of energy. Funny as I don't know what. That girl and she is comedy. Like, Katie is pure comedy. I love her. I love Katie down. Do you understand me? So yeah, she probably was talking about me on the show in her confessionals. I don't care. For her, I don't care. Like, love her down. Do you understand me? I really love Katie. So yeah, Veronica. So actually, Veronica did not. She didn't get to the hotel. Veronica came super late. I think she had an event, or she had something going on, which made her come into the game late. So as far as like the hotel or whatever the case may be, I don't have a first impression of her. So yeah, but I will say, when, you know, because everybody was talking at the hotel and everybody was saying, you know, Veronica's coming. And so when I found out that she was coming, I was excited for her to be there, because I got an opportunity to play with her during Final Reckoning, but not really, because when we came in the game, we sent them to the Redemption House. We sent her and CT to the Redemption House. So, and then they went home. And so we didn't really get to, you know what I mean? We didn't get to actually play the game together. So yeah, I was excited to play the game with her, but she wasn't there. So I don't really have like a first impressions of Veronica. Frank. So like I said about the situation that happened at the airport, when he, you know, was there to console me and, you know, comfort me and encourage me when I had that phone call with Cadence. Yes, that was a really great moment. And then we had a conversation at the hotel that really touched my heart. He expressed to me that, you know, people's views and opinions on him based on his, you know, the last time that they saw him are not good. You know, they saw him in a different space, and he was saying how he's no longer in that space, and he's coming to the show, not necessarily for this reason, but while he's here, he wants to make sure to not show that. You know, he wants people to know that he's grown and, you know, he's a different person. And, you know, basically the person that I got to see at the airport, that's what he wants the viewers to see of him. He wants them to see a different side of him. And so I thought that was really nice, because that's, you know, kind of where I am. You know, I understand that everybody wanted to see, you know, in your face, I'ma tell it like it is. Like, y'all want to see that, but that's not where I am. You know, the Lord done snatched me up. So I'm not, you know, I'm serving him now. So I'm not that no more. That's not me. And so when he said that really, you know, because that's where I'm at too. And so, yeah, that was my first impression of Frank. It was, okay, you know, whoever you were in the past, that's who you were, but you're here to show this new person, and I'm excited to see who this new person is. So yeah, that was my first impression of Frank. Sam. Hot Mess Express. Do you hear me? Sam, but in the best way possible. Let me be very clear. Like, not a hot mess as in like, girl, what are you doing? Like, no. Sam is a hot mess express in the best way possible. I can honestly say Sam is one of my top 5 favorite people on this cast. Do you hear me? Like, oh my gosh. Like, she's gonna get the party going. She is just, her energy is contagious. Like, unapologetically all over the place. Like, like unapologetically all over the place. You know, I have to stick to first impressions. I want to say so much about Sam, because Sam really pulled at my heart this season, and I want to say so much, but I can't, because I have to stick to first impressions. But oh my goodness. But yes. In the best way possible, Hot Mess Express. That is my first impression of Sam. That's it. Leroy. That's my dog, y'all. When I say I love Lee, like, I love Leroy. That's my dog. I want to see Leroy get his first win so bad. Like, I root for him so hard when I'm watching, you know, like the show. I'm rooting for him so hard, you know, and he gets close, and then it's so hard to watch when he doesn't, you know, it's so hard, but I root for him so hard. I remember on when me and Devin went out to do the 40 red carpet, I pulled him to the side. I'm like, yo, you got a whole wife and 2 children. Okay, lock in. I understand Johnny is your dog and you love him down, but you ain't got no friends. Get selfish. Do you hear me? Get real selfish this season, because you got to get this money for your family. Like, it's not just you. You got a wife and 2 children. Lock in. You know what I mean? And so we had this really great conversation. And so I always root for Lee as a viewer. Now, we in this game together now. So it's a little different. Like, I'm still rooting for you to do whatever it is that you're going to do. But you can't win, friend, because I got to win. So I was a little nervous to see Leroy because when we were at the 40 premiere, he made this comment to me, right? Because, okay, so the last time that I saw him, he didn't have any children, but I was a mother. And so I had this dog in me. You know, you get that parent dog, it's a little different. And so I had that in me. And so calling him out into elimination and sending him and Shailene home was just something that had to be done. Right? It sucked. That's why I was crying, but it had to be done. Right? And so fast forward, we're at the 40 premiere and I was like, hey man, like you're a whole dad now. I said, coming into this game, it's totally different because you're not just playing for you. You're playing for your wife and your children. It's totally different. And so he like, yeah, man. And he was like, I didn't understand what it was to be a parent until I became a parent. I'm like, yeah. I said, it's different. You play different. He was like, yeah, that's why you called me out. And I was like, uh-oh. Why are we talking about that? Like, take me off the Jumbotron. That's not, no, don't do that, right? So, you know, I felt like it was cool, you know, for him to say that because I wasn't on the cast. So, you know, it was just playful banter. But now I'm on the cast. Are you going to remember that moment? And am I going to have to answer for that moment? Because in this game, you know, even if you have forgiven somebody, if someone's crossed you, sometimes you got to grasp at anything to make the strategy make sense in order to get it to the end. So even if, you know, Lee was like, oh, I'm going to have your back on the show, blah, 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 blah. If it came down to it and it came down to like me and like, I don't know, like Nani or something, he could easily be like, I started this season with Nani. That's my best friend, blah, 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 blah. You called me into elimination and sent me home. That was in 1902, Lee. Like, what? But, you know, you do what you got to do, right? And so, and so I was like, we good? And so I remember talking to him at the hotel and I was like, hey, Lee, we cool, right? Like, we cool, right? He's like, man, y'all let that go with whatever. But you brought it up at that 40 premiere, so I don't know. But yeah, it was good to see Lee. Funny, cool guy. Lee is definitely the light of the house. I will say that. Lee is definitely the light of the house. And so, yeah, that was my first impression. I'll have more to say about that later, of course. But in the first impressions, that was my first impressions of Lee. Devin. Okay, so I had mixed feelings about seeing Devin because it's no secret Devin has this weird obsession with Big Brother people, right? And it's like, let it go, right? And so he and I have never played this game together. Now, we did play the Challenge Universal together, but we were partners. And when I say as a duo, we ate. Do you understand me? As a duo, we did what needed to be done. And I really wish they would air that because me and Devin did really, really great together as a pair. But we've never played the game together. So I really didn't know what to expect. But he was like, hey, Devon, what's up? You know, it's good to see you, whatever. And so I was like, okay, cool. And like that was it. That was it. Devin was in his own space and that was that. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect because I know how he feels about Big Brother. And so, yeah, more to come. More to come on that. But for now, that was my first impression of Devin. Corey, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, y'all. I made a mistake. Corey was at the airport. Corey was definitely at the airport. So, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot this because I had to holler at him about, you know, something I had heard, little word on the curb. So I had to holler at Corey in the airport about something. So before departure, the word on the curb was that Jay was coming. Jay from Survivor was coming. And Jay apparently had a bone to pick with me based on dialogue that I had on the podcast. And Corey was allegedly supposed to team up with him to try to be a part of the Take Devon Down committee, right? It was supposed to be him and Corey and T. They were supposed to team up to try to get me out. And so when I seen Corey, I pulled him to the side at the airport. I said, yes, I heard you're supposed to be coming for me. Like, not even on some, like, I'm trying to press him or nothing like that. Just real casual conversation. I was like, I heard you're supposed to be coming for me. And he was like, who said that? Why would you say that? And I was like, yeah, I heard you and Jay and T supposed to be locking in and try to take me out. Like, what's up? Let's talk about it. And he was like, no, like, Devon, I love you. Like, I don't have any problems with you, da 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 da. And, you know, it felt very genuine when he said it. And so I left it there. I left it right there. I didn't carry it into the game. I didn't anything. I got what he had to say and I left it there. And that was that. But yeah, I needed to know before we get on this plane so I can lock in what's T. Right? So he was just like, nah, it's not even that type of party. He was like, he loves me, you know, and, you know, he wants to get to know me. And so I said, okay, cool. I have no problem with that. I want to get to know you too. And so, yeah, that was my first impression of Corey. I cannot believe I forgot he was at the airport because I definitely was like, no, we gonna talk. We gonna talk right now. Because what you mean? Get me off the Jumbotron. Take me out the group chat. And get it together. Because no, don't come for me. For what? Because of the podcast? Come on now. So, yes, I had a conversation with Corey. So, yeah, that was my first impression of Corey. He was real. Corey is tall. Oh, my goodness. You talking about giants? Corey is pew. I didn't know. Because on TV, some people look really short. That man is a giant. Oh, my goodness. But he's such a gentle giant. I'm talking too much. I'm supposed to be on first impressions. Sorry, I have more to say about Corey later. But first impression, he was cool. And apparently he wasn't coming for me. Now he could be lying because Jay wasn't on the cast no more or whatever happened with that. But, you know, I took his word for it and I said, okay, cool. And I left it right there in the airport. And that was it. T, oh my goodness, I was so excited to meet Big T. I've always loved her. I don't remember what the name of the season was. It might have been The Spies, Lies, and all of the things. When her and CT was beefing, whatever that season was, made me fall in love with her. I was just rooting for her so hard. She has so much heart. She's such a fighter. And I just, you know, I was really rooting for T. And so I was excited to meet her in person. When I first met her, she came, she gave me a hug, she was screaming, oh my goodness, Devon, I love you, all of the things, blah, blah, blah. And it was just, it was great to meet her and, you know, her energy. She's another one whose energy is very contagious. And, yeah, Jonna. Oh my gosh. When I tell y'all I love her, I love me some Jonna. So when I seen her, like, I immediately ran up to her, I immediately hugged her. Obviously, her realizing that Beth was there and realizing, you know, that they could potentially be partners and the root of why they could be partners was heavy on her heart because now she has to relive that, right? And so that was weighing heavy on her, but, you know, she still was very welcoming. She was like, you know, they fine, blah, 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 blah. Like, she just, Jonna is so funny. She's especially when she get a drink, like, my girl is funny. But yeah, I loved Jonna before I met her. Actually got an opportunity to meet her, and then once I met her, I loved her even more. So Beth, okay, Beth had me nervous. Beth had me nervous because she saw my gameplay on Big Brother, so she was very knowledgeable about, you know, how I played Big Brother, and then she also saw me on the GOAT show, and that was very fresh, the GOAT. And so, Katie too, but this ain't about Katie, but Beth, very fresh. And so, you know, she was running down my stats to me. She was like, you know, and when you did this, and in this competition, when you did that, and when you did it, and I was like, Beth, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it, Beth. Like, stop drawing attention to it. Like, leave it alone, right? But she was cool. Like, Beth was, she was out there. She was letting the younger people know I can hang with y'all. Like, I'm here. Don't forget that I'm here. I'm very much present. Like, she was cool. I didn't, yeah. First impression, Beth was cool. Ashley K. I don't. Oh, so there was this I don't know. I don't really have like a, she was like, she had Frank, she had Amber. And so she was in her zone with her people, right? So I didn't really have like a a real first impression of her, because she wasn't really like, you know, the only thing I can remember is there was this one time when me and Amber was having this conversation in the hotel room. We were talking or whatever, and she chimed into the conversation, and I got to know like a little peek about her, and then we all connected about being moms. So I could say that my first impression is that I know she loved her baby down. She loved that little girl. Oh, she loves that little girl so much. And I love that. I love seeing moms. I love seeing moms come to the show and just, you know, they like, I'm here for my baby. I love when the moms come and they're like, I'm fighting for my baby. So yeah, that's my first impression of Ashley K. Dario, like I said, at the airport, he was very much so, I think he was in his head almost like I was, you know, like, am I really doing this? Like, did I really come back? All of the things, right? So he kind of was in his own little zone, in his own little space. So my first impression of him was just like, what am I doing here? I think he and I was in the same, like, what am I doing here? I think he wanted to film, get the show over with, and go back home. Collect his check and go back home. I think that's the mind space that he was in. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, clock in and clock out. I'm not mad about it at all. Ashley Mitchell. Ashley Millionaire Mitchell, okay? First impression, not really first impression, but first impression, when she comes to the hotel, I see her and I'm like, hey girl. She's like, hey girl, right? We don't really know, like, we don't know, right? And so as the day goes on, we kind of warm up to each other, and then we just have a conversation and we let everything out on the table. And I think she was more excited to see me, you know, and when I saw that, then I was like, okay, Devon, you know, let your guard down and, you know, welcome her. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't have an issue with Ashley as a person. You know, even, you know, us being on social media and her put the phone down and pick up your baby. Even that, like, I don't I don't have a problem with her as a person, because we was going toe to toe on Twitter, so it's not a big deal. I said some things to her that I shouldn't have said, and I won't repeat, you know, because that was Day, that wasn't Devon. And so, you know, seeing her and us having that conversation and just seeing how both of us have grown and where we are now, you know, the first impression was very much so, cool, I'm excited to get to know you, to actually get to know you present day. And well, I can't speak about the future because I have to stay in first impression. So my first impression of Ashley was, I'm excited about the redo with her. I was excited to redo everything with her. Yeah. Aneesa, whew, that's my sister. I love her. Oh, I love Aneesa so much. Oh, I love Aneesa so much. I love her so much. Yes, first impression, I was excited to see her. We had talked a little bit before coming on, so I expected to see her. But yes, I was excited that I get to play this game with her, because she was not there for Final Reckoning, and she also was not there for War of the World. So I never got an opportunity to play with her. And so my last impression of Aneesa was the situation with Weston. And you know, there's a clip that was floating around when me and Bailey were having a conversation in the bathroom, and she was talking about her experience with Aneesa, and I was talking about my experience with Aneesa, and both of our experiences with her were not good, right? And so there was it was one of the All-Stars. I don't remember which season it was, but one of the All-Star seasons, they had a party, and we all went to the party, and she was there, and she pulled me to the side and she was like, I need to have a conversation with you. And I said, I bet you do. Because I'm still mad. I'm still mad about how you got at me about this man, right? And so we go and we have the conversation, and she's like, you know, when I said whatever I said to you, it wasn't like that. I wasn't saying it like that. I was just trying to defend my friend with whoop. And so I let her know, like, in defending your friend, you were defending X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. And so we had this whole conversation, and we decided to squash it and leave it there. And I gave her a hug. She hugged me. And that was it. Like, that was it. Fast forward, we end up on the podcast, as you know, podcast sisters, and we build this relationship that I'm so grateful for. Like, I love Aneesa, like, for real. Now, if I watch this show and you done said something crazy, girl. But no, I really, really love her. And so when I saw her, it was just like, yes, I'm glad you're here. Amber. Okay. So I had, prior to this, met Amber one time. And I think that was the end of, I want to say, my very first season of Big Brother. Big Brother 17. It was at the rap party for that. And I met her. She was very kind. You know, she was in her own world, but she was very kind, right? That was my last time ever seeing her, any of the things. And so we get to the hotel. I see her. Me and her have this really great conversation in the hotel room. And I get to know her on a personal level. And I find out me and her share a lot of, you know, things, you know, background. Like, we share a lot of things. And so I'm grateful that I got the opportunity to get to know her, and that she felt comfortable enough with me to be vulnerable and open up and tell me about her life, because it then in turn made me comfortable to be vulnerable enough to share a part of my life with her as well. And so we just kind of like, it was really good. So my first impression of Amber was really good girl, down to earth, very chill, very funny, very loving, very caring, very compassionate. You know, just a great person. That's what I got from her. I can't speak for nobody else. Fessy. Okay, so I didn't really know what was going to happen when I saw Fessy, because I was very vocal on the podcast about my opinion of the situation with him and Nelson, and then also the situation between him and Josh. Like, I was very vocal about it, and I felt like he was wrong, right, in both situations. And so I heard he was a little mad about that, but I felt how I felt. So I didn't know what to expect when I saw him, because I had never really got a chance to meet Fessy for real, even though we both came from Big Brother. I think I seen him one time at a reality TV people event after his season of Big Brother. But that was it. Like, you know, he was with his woman and, you know, his cast from his group. So it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't that. So I think we took a picture, but that was it. So, you know, so Josh called me in true Josh fashion. Josh calls me and he's like, hey, work with Fessy. I said, huh? He said, work with Fessy. Trust me, stick with him. Now, I don't know at this time, but he had also called Fessy and was like, work with Devon, protect Devon, like, look out for Devon. So, you know, Josh is working behind the scenes and I didn't even know. So when I saw Fessy, he was like, hey, Devon, what's up? We hugged each other and I was like, oh, okay. I said, okay, we cool. So yeah, my first impression of Fessy, not really first impression, but first impression of Fessy was like, okay, we cool. Let's play this game together. Let's see what happens. Adam and Steve. Now I'm going to do them together because I don't really have a first impression of them, because I didn't meet them at the hotel. They didn't come out of their rooms, or at least if they did, they didn't come out when I was out. So I didn't get to meet them at the hotel. I got to meet them, not even meet them, I saw them when we were lining up on that last day in order to get into the cars and go to location. But at that time, you know, everybody's kind of locked in because we don't know what to expect. We don't know, even though we have these nice clothes on, we don't know if we're going to get there and they're going to be like, okay, you got 10 minutes to change. We about to hop into the first challenge. We don't know. So everybody's just kind of like locked in trying to see what's about to happen. So I didn't really get a chance to actually meet them like Shane. Okay. Jeez Louise. So if you know, like, there are a lot of rivals who are questionable. Like, nah, are you sure? You know what I mean? But Shane and I, it went down. Like, it went down. During Final Reckoning, Shane did everything in his power to make sure that my experience was awful. Like, awful. I don't even think Shane cared about winning the money that season, as long as I was still there. Now, when I went home, he probably locked back in. But while I was there, his main focus was to make sure that me and Jose had a terrible season. And our beef was thick. The beef was thick. Like, it was bad, you know. We said a lot of things to each other that wasn't cool. So rewind, go to the hotel. I forgot to tell y'all, we had a conversation about, because, you know, I can handle going back and forth with people. It is what it is, whatever. But Shane did something that really like hurt my feelings. And that was when I got hypothermia. And he was laughing. He was laughing about it. Like I was terrified. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. They're like, Devon, you got to breathe. You got to take the clothes off. Like, you got to do this. They're throwing all these instructions at me. And the only thing on my mind is cadence. I have to get home to my child. I have to get home to my child. Devon, I don't know what you feeling. I don't know what this is. I've never had hypothermia before. I don't know what this is. But you got to lock in because you have to go home to your child. Like, so much was going on at that time, right? I was terrified. And so I'm watching a playback and he's laughing. Like, I mean, uncontrollably laughing about the situation, right? And so I'm like, okay. So that was the only thing that really like stuck with me in regards to Shane. And we talked about that and he apologized for it and we got past it at the hotel. But seeing Shane, I didn't know. Even though he had reached out to me and sent the DM, I was like, motive, right? And so, but when I got a chance to talk to him, I was like, okay, you know, maybe we are turning a new leaf. You know, I had a conversation with Sylvia, we cool. Had a conversation with Ashley, we cool. Maybe this is a situation, maybe, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe Amanda done got in his ear and told him like, no, like Devon's really cool. Like, I don't know. But, yeah. My first impression of Shane was, what we doing? What we doing? Because if we are partners, like, we got to lock in. And that means we're going to have to go to the root of everything. And then if we're not partners and we still want to look out for each other, like we said, we still need to go to the root of everything. So my first impression when I saw him, I was trying to give him grace and I was trying to start fresh. And it was easy for Sylvia. It was easy for Ashley. But with Shane, I still was like, I don't really know. So there was a wall, but where the wall at first was like right here. Like, you can't even get access to me. Like, what? It went to like right here. And so coming into the game, I was like right here with Shane, right? And so that was my first impression of Shane at the hotel. Like, I appreciated our conversations and, you know, just getting clarity and getting past certain things. But I still was like, now, this girl right here, Dianne, I don't play about her. Do you understand me? I don't play about her. I have been her biggest fan for as long as I can remember. Do you understand me? And I ain't a fan of nobody. But that lady right there, I don't play. Do you understand? Like, I love me some Devon. Okay? I love me some Devon. I will go to war with any of y'all behind that lady right there. Do you understand? Her very first season of Big Brother, yes, she didn't do all that she was supposed to do, but she figured out that twin twist, okay? She had the producers in the back having a fit because they didn't know what to do because wasn't nobody supposed to figure it out that early. So my girl did what she came to do, okay? Her second season of Big Brother, she ran that first half. That pre-jury, she ate that up, okay? Say what you want to say about her. Game got a little crazy after that. But that pre-jury ate it down. Do you understand me? Back to back to back to back to back to back. That was Devon's hand was on that. My girl did that. Do you understand? She took a break. She did her very first season of the challenge. Okay? Final reckoning. Her and Jose did what they need to do. Left their mark. Held it down. Came back. Did War of the Worlds. Made it all the way to the purge right before the final. Didn't nobody take my girl out, okay? She was going into eliminations left and right and winning. And winning. Do you understand? And winning, okay? And winning. Sending your face home, okay? No person took my girl out. She got purged out. So I'm proud of her, okay? Next, She went and did that. Well, we don't talk about the beach show. That don't count. We don't talk about that. Then my girl went and did that goat show. Ate up. Do you understand? She carried that show on her back. Okay? My girl did what she needed to do on that goat show. And the only reason she lost is because the producers got involved. Catch that. So I'm so proud of my girl. I'm so proud of my girl. And I'm glad that she made the decision to come back. Oh, wait a minute. All Stars. All Stars. Okay? Big Brother All Stars. Let's not forget. My girl came in. Game was a little sloppy. That's okay. We don't talk about that. Woo! We don't talk about that, okay? She became the first African American to win America's Favorite House Guest. Okay, put some respect on her name. That's my girl. I'm so proud of her. And now she is back to do an all-star season. And I do believe that makes my girl a double all-star. First of her kind. Do you understand me? Because who else was at CBS and then went over to MTV and did 2 all-stars? Who did it? First of her kind. So I'm proud of my girl. Do you understand? Say what you want to say about her. Y'all call her loud. Y'all say all the things you want to say about her. My girl did that. And I'm going to speak up for her because she humble and she ain't going to say it. She humble. She going to keep her mouth closed. Oh, but me, I'm going to hype her up. She has made her mark in these reality TV circles, and I am so proud of her, and I'm excited to see her come back. Now, what I will say is that I know we all want to see, well, y'all, because I don't really want to see her in that light, but, y'all want to see her with the rah-rah and the yah-yah, right? But I know that she has given her life to the Lord, and she's very adamant about serving the Lord and being the woman that God called her to be. So, she might not be getting in people's faces this season. I don't know, but I don't think she, I don't think we're going to get that from her this season because she's really devoted to what she's doing, and so might not get that. But, look who she's on the season with. She's with Shane. Right? So, I'm pretty sure that she may get tested a lot this season. She may get tested a lot. And Day Day might try to come back. She might try to come back. But I'm pretty sure, Devon is working really hard at making sure to keep Day Day back there and stay where she's supposed to be. But I'm excited to see her play. I am excited to see her play. I'm rooting for her. I want her to get her first win so bad. Oh my goodness, I want my girl to get her first win so bad. But even if she doesn't, I'm so proud of her. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of her. So yeah, I am excited to watch her play. And yeah, I don't care what none of y'all say. That's my girl. Do you understand me? That's my girl. So yes. Those are my first impressions of the Challenge All-Stars Rivals, the season 5 cast. I am excited. I think that this season is going to be great. When I say they put some powerhouse players in this season, oh my goodness. Cast. So good. So good. They picked the right time to bring back people that the people have been waiting for. The viewers have been waiting to see a lot of these people come back, and I for one am so grateful and so appreciative that I happen to be in that number of people that everybody wanted to see come back. So I'm grateful. I'm excited for you guys to watch. I'm excited for all the critiques. I do not look forward to me being back in the conversations on social media, because I feel like when I'm not on social media, well, no, because y'all still find a way to talk about me. But yes, I'm not looking forward to that part, because now I have to watch my mouth and watch my thumbs because I'm representing the Lord, so I got to do things differently. But I'm so grateful and I appreciate y'all and I love y'all so much. And yes, I will be recapping this season. I'm not on the Challenge podcast. Like I said, Tori and Aneesa are covering this season. Make sure you guys go support them. Support them. Listen to the podcast, check it out. But as for me, I'll be right here recapping yes, I'm excited. I'm trying to figure out if I want to watch the show with you guys live. Like if I want to watch it on Instagram or if I want to watch it on TikTok, or how do I want to do that? Or if I just want to get on Spaces and just talk. I don't know, but I'm trying to figure out how. Y'all let me know. Comment below and let me know if I should even watch it live with y'all, because I don't. If I hold my peace and let the Lord fight my battle. If you liked this video, make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with a friend and a friend and a friend and another friend after that, and then tell a cousin and another cousin and another cousin to share it with another cousin after that. And if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I know we have a love-hate relationship because I tend to be very inconsistent when it comes to making these videos and so on and so forth. But I don't know, something is different about this year. There is a fire that is lit up under me. And actually, Cadence is the one who lit the fire up under me because she wants to start her little journey. And I watch my baby and she set up her camera and she just so like, you know, she'll come home from school, she'll do her homework and she'll knock that out. She'll do her chores, whatever. And then, you know, she setting up her camera and she'll open her little mini verse and start doing that, or she'll get her little tools and start making her slime from scratch. And like she's recording and she's doing all the things. And I'm like, I want to be like you when I grow up. Like, you know, so my baby done lit a fire under me because like she really, you know, she's doing the thing. And, you know, eventually I'm going to start pushing her videos out because she's putting in the work. And I have to respect that and let my baby do what she's trying to do. But, yeah, just seeing her and her consistency is like, Devon, what you doing? What are you doing? So I have a different fire that is lit up under me this time. So I will be very consistent in what it is that I am doing. Come back here. Well, also, go check out the Challenge podcast because Aneesa and Tori are really over there doing their thing. But then also come over here and check this out. And yeah, I'll be recapping every episode. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I'm excited. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. And until my next video, I'm out. That was corny. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.